With promotions this incredible, stellar incentives, and a stunning home like the one we're looking at, if you're looking for your new home in Tampa, you're gonna wanna stick around. If you're a returning viewer here on the channel, welcome back, and it's probably no surprise to you that we are at Two Rivers again. And this is such an incredible community. It is literally the talk of the town. It's located in a suburb that used to be kind of a sleepy little town, wasn't really on anyone's radar, but this neighborhood has officially put this suburb on the map, and it's the #1 place I get calls, texts, and emails from buyers just like you looking to move to the area. So I want to make sure I'm showing you every single thing this community has to offer. And today we are touring my absolute favorite floor plan. And honestly, it's the #1 floor plan most buyers contact me about wanting to have more information on. And if this is the very first time on the channel, welcome. I feature floor plans just like these and show you everything new construction here in the Tampa Bay area, so you know exactly where you want to land when you're mapping your move to the Tampa area. My team and I are the #1 new construction relocation team here in the area, helping make your move as smooth and seamless as possible. And of course, finding the perfect floor plan is very important, but buying a home in a community that offers everything you're looking for is just as important. And this community is incredible. There's over 10 builders here currently, and beautiful resort style amenities, some that are even like a country club, things like a golf course, dining, schools. Literally, this community has it all, and we'll be talking all about what this community has to offer and showing you this incredible floor plan. So this home is a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom home with a bonus room, and you also have the option of building it with a 4-car garage. It's nearly 4,000 square feet. And honestly, there's so many versatile things you can do with this floor plan, and you can really design it to fit your particular needs and your lifestyle. So here on the exterior, you can definitely see that this is just a beautiful home. I love how this builder has a very classic feel to their homes, but they don't feel outdated. They're modern, they're relevant, but still stay on that classic side. So the builder does feature these homes with barrel tile roofs, which is really great for longevity, and it looks really nice. You will have brick paver driveways and little walkways here in this section of the neighborhood. It does come with your gutters included, which some builders don't include the gutters, so that would be an additional expense post-closing, but you don't even have to worry about because the homes come with that. And you also have a tankless water heater, which is super convenient because multiple people can be showering in your home, running the water, and you won't even notice being out of hot water because it's constantly running warm water. So here on the exterior, you can see that this particular elevation has this nice block accent here. So it looks like this is actually a 3-car garage, but technically this model is a 4-car tandem garage. Then you do have some additional siding here on the 2nd story of the home just to give it some nice visual interest. Some really pretty coach lights here, and the exterior is really grand. And as you'll see as we step inside, this builder really takes the grand feel, not just from the exterior, but they carry it all the way through onto the interior. And this floor plan has so many windows. It's very bright, it's very open, it's very airy, and that definitely reflects on the interior, and it just creates a really beautiful ambience inside the home. So you have this additional like pillar out here on the front entryway, and some really elegant elevated entrances here with extra windows, an extra tall door. Now let's take a look inside. So check out this grand entrance. And this is one of the things that majority of my buyers love about this floor plan. And we'll take a look upstairs to really see how that all connects together and why that's such a grand entrance. But of course, the builder has added some additional accents here on the walls to really emphasize what a grand entrance this home has. So here on the first floor, you have extra tall ceilings because this entryway basically goes all the way up to the ceiling height of the second story. So that's really grand. It gives a very luxurious feel. And wait till the very end when I actually talk about the prices of this home. You will be blown away by what an incredible floor plan this is for such an amazing purchase price. So here on the right-hand side, they've staged this actually as a little office slash flex space. I've also seen it staged in some of the other communities that they build this floor plan as a traditional formal dining room. It is a little bit on the smaller side for a formal dining room, but I have seen it staged that way. Or you could also do an office space in this area. If it were me, I would definitely close off this area here, maybe with some like sliders that you could slide in and out, more like little pocket doors to really give that nice privacy here, but very open, very spacious. And we're gonna make our way this way. Here's actually the garage entrance to the main interior of the home. There's this little hallway here, and then of course you have the laundry room slash mud room. And they just really show you how versatile this space is here with this little drop station. So since it's right next to the garage, it makes the little perfect area to drop off school book bags and, you know, sporting equipment. And speaking of schools, this community is going to have a school. It's a K-8, and I believe it's already broken ground. So that's really exciting because you have a school right here in the neighborhood. You don't really have to travel far for it. But if you're not into public schools, you can also definitely look into some of the private schools in the area or charter schools in the area. And my team and I can help you narrow down what schools would be a better fit for you and your family. So here's the laundry room. And then of course, we make our way into this incredible main living area and main floor here on the first floor. And I can't show you what's on the left-hand side quite yet, but stay tuned. I will show you that here in a second. But you will see why this floor plan is one of the most inquired about floor plans from buyers, especially buyers relocating to this area. For whatever reason, my out-of-state buyers really love this floor plan. So let's just take a moment to really highlight this incredible kitchen. This isn't a super oversized kitchen. We've for sure featured kitchens on the channel here that are a lot larger, but even though this isn't the largest kitchen, it is super functional. And I'm gonna show you what's behind that refrigerator on the other wall. And you'll see why this is such a functional floor plan. So you have a large island here with seating for 3, very high-end quartz countertops. Look how modern these are. These are so pretty. And of course, this model home is staged with white cabinets, but if white cabinets are not your thing, you can definitely customize this home to be the home of your dreams. This is a gas community, so we have a gas stovetop here. And I'm actually originally from California, fun fact. I'm not sure if most people know that, but I pretty much grew up in California all my life, and the area we lived in definitely had gas. And that's something that I've missed the most about living here in the Tampa area. At least all of the areas that I've lived in, the neighborhoods or communities, they've all been electric. So for sure, having a gas home or gas kitchen in our next home is top priority for us. Is having a gas stovetop a priority for you? I'm always curious. So 42-inch cabinets, they did do the crown molding up here, and then they have some very pretty backsplash and they ran it pretty much all the way up to the ceiling. And so when builders do things like this, where they run tile all the way up to the ceiling, it looks more high end, it looks more finished, and it really is all about creating the illusion that the space is bigger. So it makes your eye go all the way up to the roof, or excuse me, to the ceiling. So it creates the illusion that the space is actually bigger. So that's why I love when builders do that, like in the bathrooms when they carry the tile all the way from like the bottom baseboard area, especially in walk-in showers, like from the very bottom of the flooring all the way up to the ceiling. That's really elegant. So here you have a built-in oven with a microwave here. And then you have an apron, stainless steel farm style sink. You have the garbage slider cabinet, and then you have the stainless steel dishwasher. And then over here, you have your French style stainless steel refrigerator. And this little section is perfect here for a little coffee bar, for your Breville espresso machine. This would be the perfect setup for my family and I. And I get so excited walking through this home because it's literally the perfect floor plan for my family and I, and where we're at currently in our lifestyle and what our family needs. This is like a little butler's pantry area, so it makes a really great little drop station here if you want to store some larger appliances, maybe like a KitchenAid or some larger appliances that you don't really want here in your main kitchen area as an eyesore. This is the perfect spot for them. There's extra electrical outlets there, and then they added this really nice cabinet up here with glass instead of the traditional cabinet doors. So this is really, really pretty. It makes a great space here for extra storage, perfect for entertaining, and it's the perfect connecting little hallway here into this flex space that we looked at earlier when we made our way into the main entrance. So this is really perfect actually if you want to do a smaller, more formal area. Or I also have another little layout tip that I think this would make a really perfect space for, that I'll share in a second. So then you have your walk-in pantry here. And of course, they've staged it with the traditional wire racks, but if you want to take it up to the next level, once you close and you move in, you can definitely swap these out for like a traditional wood shelf, and that looks really nice and high end. And what do you guys think about this pantry door having a glass front instead of a traditional door? I'm curious what your thoughts are on that. And then here straight away, they've actually staged this section underneath this like staircase as the perfect little wine section here for your wine fridge and storing all your wines. So there's definitely so many things you could do with this space, and tell me below in the comments what you'd do with this section. So my husband and I recently celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary, and we went to Bern's Steakhouse here in Tampa. And Bern's Steakhouse is like a really popular restaurant here in the area. And they have the restaurant on the very first floor. And then actually on the second story, they have a whole entire floor just dedicated for a little dessert space. And the whole story goes about how the original founder of the restaurant was traveling to Europe, and he was invited to a really nice dinner, and this family in Europe served the dinner. They had like a multi-course dinner, and then at the very end of the dinner there was actually a designated space in their home where they smoked their cigars, and it was actually their little dessert room, and they had a designated space for dessert or for like their high tea and things like that, where they were able to connect and unwind with their guests. And the size of this room as a flex space, if you're really big into hosting, entertaining, would make a really cool like dessert room, little lounge area where you're able to host and entertain in the main kitchen and living room area. And then after you want to unwind and just like reconnect with your guests, this would be a really cool spot to do that. So making our way back into the main kitchen area, You also have these really cool pendant lights hanging here over the counter island area. And then it leads perfectly into the actual dining area. So they have it staged here with a round dining table with seating for 5. I believe some of the other model homes in other communities that this builder builds in also have staged this with a traditional rectangular or square table. So this space is really functional to really, fit the dining furniture that best suits your family's needs. And as you can see, you have windows here. And then this is the option to do the slider here where you can make your way into the covered patio area that we're gonna take a look at here momentarily. And then of course, it flows beautifully straight into this very large living room area, which is absolutely perfect for hosting and for entertaining. And this is a very good sized living room actually. So you have a really large little sectional couch, an L-shaped couch here, and it's pretty large. You could definitely set this up with lots of furniture and it definitely won't feel overcrowded by any means. So as you can see, I love that it's an open concept floor plan, but you still have designated little areas. So it doesn't feel like a massive oversized room that can sometimes be a little bit hard to decorate or really envision on how to separate the spaces without making it feel like a giant room. So there's still a little bit of distinction between the spaces here on the first floor. And I think that's one of the things that makes this such a cool, functional floor plan and layout. Now, of course, one of the top things that the majority of my buyers are looking for is an incredible outdoor space. So let's take a look. So this dining room area here in the kitchen leads straight out to your extended covered lanai. And here they have it staged with screens all along, the perimeter of the covered lanai, but they don't definitely come like that. This would be an additional thing or something that you could do post-closing. And so if you really want to continue the extension of this covered lanai, you can definitely do that post-closing. You can do a screened cage, which is very popular here in Florida. These home sites are large enough where you can build a pool. I mean, you can do so many things with the home sites, and just honestly, this covered lanai or covered patio area is so large. You could even just leave it the way it is. It does have the plumbing or the plumbing here for all of your gas outdoor kitchens, which is perfect. And this is a gas community, so you could do a gas grill and, have some incredible cookouts, host family and friends over the holidays, over summer vacation, and then of course take advantage of all of the incredible amenities that this community has to offer. And then the really cool thing here is that you have a triple slider on this side of the patio, and then it goes straight into the main living room area. So it's a super functional space and it's perfect for kiddos, for playing outside, but it's still covered, especially during the really hot summer days that we have here in Florida. And speaking of hot, I'm trying to wrap it up here really quickly on the exterior of the home because it is so humid. It is the middle of July, and let's get back inside the AC. So I'm going to show you one of the incredible super features this home has, and it's this section here. So you have this downstairs bathroom here, which is the guest bathroom. It's a full-size bathroom. Look at this beautiful tile work that they did here. So this is what I was talking about earlier. So they take the tile from the edge of the tub and they take it all the way up to the ceiling, and that looks so high end and it's so beautiful. They combined it here with some contrasting tile, and so it gives it a really nice modern feel and finish. So it's a full-size bathroom with this nice little cabinet here for your vanity, and then you actually have this incredible full suite on the first floor. So man, This is honestly one of the things that sells all of my buyers on this floor plan. This floor plan literally sells itself. It's one of their most popular floor plans throughout the entire Tampa Bay division, and it's for a good reason. So you have this extra large bedroom down here with incredible natural light. I'm actually going to go ahead and turn off the lights of this bedroom, and you can see it has pretty great natural lighting without any overhead lights on, which is something that I always look for because I don't like dark homes. So I love that this builder builds really bright and airy homes. And then check out this incredible bathroom here. So it's a full suite connected here to this downstairs bedroom. So it's perfect if you have guests visiting from out of town, you have older kids that want to have like their own ensuite, or you are in a stage in life where maybe you have older parents living with you and they don't want to be going up and down the stairs. This is the perfect floor plan for multi-generational families. So you have an oversized shower. Check out this really cool tile that they installed here in this bathroom. And then you have an oversized dual vanity here. Like, this is massive. This is larger than even some of the main owners' bathrooms that we've toured here on the channel. And by the way, at the end of this video, I'll have a playlist full of walkthroughs here at Two Rivers. In case you're curious on what some of the other floor plans in this community look like, check that playlist out. And then you have a full walk-in closet. And then of course they have the little water closet here. So this is such an incredible space. And honestly, if I were looking to move in today's market, this is the home that I'd be looking to buy. All right, so let's make our way upstairs and we will take a look at this incredible loft space out here. I like that this staircase actually wraps all the way around. It is nice because it adds some additional interest to the main entryway of the home, and you don't have the staircase right in the very front entrance, but you do have this incredible railing here overlooking the main entrance, and this is what gives the front entrance of the home such a grand view. This is absolutely beautiful and is what sells people on this floor plan. And I've also seen this home built with wrought iron railings. Some of my buyers have done that and it looks absolutely incredible. So this is the main hub of the second story, and it's such an oversized space. There's literally so much that you could do with this space. They have it here set up like a little lounge living room area. I've also seen it set up as a pool room with different games. And you have these windows here giving it some really nice natural lighting. I love this idea of doing some built-in bookshelves here. If you're really big into playing games, this is also a really cool place to like store games. It would make the perfect playroom if you have little ones, or a little homeschool section, or even a little homework section. Or if you're into hosting and entertaining, this is also a really nice area to do like a movie night or a lounge night. So such a versatile space. It's really open, it's really spacious. I mean, as you can see, they have that built-in shelving all along that wall. Then they have a large coffee table here in the center of the room, and then a sectional. Plus this little built-in seating area here that would make the perfect little reading nook. Plus they have additional table with seating up here for playing games. So they have quite a bit of furniture and it does not feel crowded whatsoever. And on second thought, this would actually make a really good space for like a gaming room or even a craft and hobby room if you're big into like DIY stuff, sewing, quilting, doing like that Cricut stuff. This would make like a really cool space where you could do a little craft section there. So super versatile. My buyers absolutely love this space. Plus, you have a full little suite up here as well. So it's perfect for families that have kids that are a little bit older, and that's usually been the setup that a lot of the families I work with do with this floor plan. They'll have like an older child here in this bedroom, and then what they personally love is that they have their own private bathroom and they don't have to share with siblings. So it's not a fight over who made a mess in the bathroom. And then check out this really cool tile that they did in this shower. That's a really neat concept and idea. So I love, as you can see in their interior design, they're not afraid to use and implement color, but it still keeps the home really modern and fresh and cool. It is an option. They don't have it staged this way, but as you can see, this comes standard. So the standard option would be one sink, but you can add the second sink to create a dual vanity if you needed it this way. I've also seen options, I believe, for even making this a smaller area. So this builder gives you quite a bit of flexibility on some of the structural changes and selections that you have. And they have a beautiful design center that there's so many options to pick from. And that's one of the things that we really talk through our buyers with, like, hey, what's most important for you structurally? Let's get the main components of the home right. Let's get the floor plan that makes the most sense for you. And then you can have a better idea of what you want cosmetically to go into the design center with confidence, and having a ballpark estimate of what that would possibly look like in terms of what the budget would be, so that you know what the purchase price would be all in if you're doing a semi-custom build with this builder. But they also do have the option of quick move-in homes available, and we'll be talking about that here at the end of the video, so stay tuned. I'm gonna be going into all of the incentives, all of the promotions that they're currently running, as well as some of the quick move-in options that they have, because there's actually a couple of ways that you can go about purchasing a home with this builder. So here's a full bedroom like we just saw with a walk-in closet. Then we have a full storage closet here. Honestly, at this point, I've lost track of how many bathrooms we've looked at so far. And then this is like the main guest bath up here. So it's shared by the upstairs bedrooms that don't have their own full bath. So they did the tub and shower combo here. And I love that they mixed it up again with that really cool Listello. They look like the little flat marbles or flat stones, and they're black against the white. It looks really cool. And then again, standard is a single sink, but if you want to do a dual vanity, you have the option to do that with structural changes. With this builder, you can make structural changes on some of like the electrical items or some of these other design elements. Outside, you can also have structural changes like adding your gas connection for your outdoor grill or doing different things like that. So we talk about all of those things during our custom buyer consultations to really help you narrow down what the top priorities are for you when you're looking to purchase a home. So if you're planning your move here in the Tampa market, my team and I would love to assist you to navigate the new construction process. Did you know, by the way, that you can scan this QR code here on the video and actually book a call through Zoom, so we make it as smooth and easy for you? Or if you want to call or text or email directly, here's the contact info on how to do that, and we'll really go over what your goals are and figure out if we are the right fit to help you find your home here in the Tampa market, and we'll take you through every step of the way so you can make your move with clarity and confidence. And by the way, did you know the majority of viewers here on the channel watch these tours on their TV? So if you're not doing that yet, tune in through your TV. We're live with a brand new video here on the channel every single Saturday, so you know what new construction communities and what Tampa Bay has to offer. And as we wrap things up here on the second story, I want to show you my absolute favorite feature located behind these double doors. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and show you this final bedroom here upstairs. And of course, the builder has staged it to look like a bedroom, but you could do so many different things with this room. You could make it a home office, a home gym. You could make it a little playroom. You could have a nursery because it has the perfect proximity to the owner's suite here on the second story. You could have a guest bedroom. So many incredible things that you can do with this space up here. And it's located here directly in front of the staircase. And we're gonna do like a final pan here on the second story so you can get a little visual of what everything looked like. Again, you had the linen closet there, that full bedroom there. This is honestly, I think, like my second favorite super feature of this floor plan. And then here's that full guest suite with the full bathroom there. All right, before I prolong this any longer, let's go ahead and take a look at what's behind these double doors. All right, behind these double French doors, you have the most incredible owner's suite. So look, it's an oversized bedroom with beautiful natural lighting. And oh, I don't want to show you my favorite feature quite yet. So they have it staged like this with a king, I believe that's a king size bed actually. And they have these mirrors here to give the illusion of a larger space. You have tray ceilings built into the home, and they did these really cool accents on the ceiling. I love that. I love how modern this home is. So you have the French style doors right there. Then they have this little piece of furniture here. And then you have your full owner's suite again behind these French style doors. And here's the owner's suite. So you have a full frameless shower. I love that it's frameless. If you've been here for a while, you know exactly how I feel about those framed shower doors. Such a beautiful shower. And then this builder gives you the option to do your soaking tub, which so many people are torn on. And tell me in the comments. I love hearing from you guys, and I reply to all of your comments. What are your thoughts on standalone bathtubs? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Is it a must-have for you in your floor plan? I've heard an array of so many answers, and I'm always curious on what is the most important for you. So you have this large window here. So this is a really relaxing space here. And then you have this dual vanity space here with this massive oversized mirror. So a his and hers sink. And there's so many customization options. Like if the white cabinets are not your thing and you don't want the white quartz, trust me when I tell you, this builder has so many beautiful design selections in their design studio. But you know, the white that they have staged in here just gives it a very open, fresh, clean feel, almost like if you were in a high-end hotel. And then you have a full walk-in closet here. So doing like custom shelving in this room, or in this closet, excuse me, would make this space so incredibly versatile. All right, and then as we walk around this way, okay, this is just so beautiful. You have a full balcony here right off of the owner's suite. I mean, just picture this, like waking up, if you're into like doing, you know, morning reading, meditating, drinking your coffee. I mean, this is just the perfect space for that. And every single one of the home sites in this community is absolutely spectacular. You don't have the view of a neighbor in your backyard. You have the option of choosing wooded areas, or what we call here in Florida, conservation areas. You also have views to retention ponds. If that's your thing and you love the water view, there's the option to do that. And they have it screened here to keep out all of the bugs, but this is just such a neat space. And this is why I love this floor plan. You know, it's just so amazing to be able to, you know, start your mornings off on the right foot, get some natural sunlight. Or if you're unwinding after a really long day and you just want to watch the sunset, unwind, you want to read a book, you want to drink a glass of wine, do your thing right before you unwind and go to bed, this is a fantastic floor plan to do that. And one of my favorite features of this owner's suite is also this additional little section that they have here for what they stage as a workout area. So you can put your Peloton here. If you have a reformer, you can put your reformer machine there. If you're into yoga, you have your yoga mats, you have your weights, you have your whole setup. I could picture putting my Peloton here. This is just the perfect setup. And then if you don't want to see like all of the visual clutter of your workout stuff when you're waking up in the morning and you're on this side of the bed and you don't want to see all of that, you could definitely put double doors here. And that area is private and it's closed off, and it helps give that nice, you know, calm oasis feeling to the owner's suite. And so I believe this is the absolute perfect setup. Now, you know what I just thought of? This is actually the perfect space for a nursery. Now, hear me out. Maybe it's because it's fresh on my mind since I had a baby about 1.5 years ago, but look, it's the perfect size space to put a crib or a pack and play or a bassinet, whatever your setup is. You could have a little changing station here, maybe even put like a small little recliner or a small chair here where you can feed the baby in the middle of the night, and then you don't have to get up and walk all the way across to a nursery on the other side of the home. Or even if you wanted to put baby closer here in the main bedroom, you definitely still could, but I think this is the perfect setup for that. When we had my son, he was in our bedroom in his crib for about 6 to 7 months before he started sleeping through the night. And we had a full-on crib. Of course, our bedroom is pretty decent sized, but with the crib and all of his things, our space started to feel so much smaller, but I didn't want to be going all the way across the hallway to his nursery. And so that was set up for us. But if I had a floor plan like this would be the dream setup for having our little one in the bedroom with us. So we've seen an incredible floor plan, and like I've said so many times in this video, it's my absolute favorite one, but I have buyers every day just like you inquiring about Two Rivers, and this is one of the most popular floor plans buyers ask me about. So let's get a little bit more into the nitty-gritty of, hey, why should we even consider Two Rivers? So let's talk about location. If you're looking to make a move to the greater Tampa market, if you're from out of state, I'm sure you've heard of Wesley Chapel. And it's funny because everybody zeroes in on Wesley Chapel because of all of the new construction options available and all of the commercial amenities like shopping and things Wesley Chapel has to offer. But actually, a small little sleepy suburb that most people did not have on their radar was Zephyrhills. And Two Rivers is located in Zephyrhills, but the really cool thing about this community is the location. And of course, the #1 rule in real estate is location, location, location. So you're located right off of State Road 56. It's literally like 1 street away from Wesley Chapel. And here's the insider tip. I live in Wesley Chapel, and if you want in on incredible pricing at a really good time, now is the time to invest in Wesley Chapel. And hey, I would even pick my family up from Wesley Chapel and relocate them here. We're actually in talks of doing that because we love this community and some of these builders so much. So you're located straight off of State Road 56 with easy access to Wesley Chapel, with things like Advent Health Hospital, Baycare Hospital, the Orlando Hospital, schools. Then you have the shops at Wiregrass Mall, which is the outdoor traditional mall. Then you have the Tampa Bay premium outlets, and you also have the Crate at the Grove. So if you live in Two Rivers, that's about a 20-minute drive from all of the cool shopping and dining that Wesley Chapel has to offer. But don't you worry, Two Rivers has so many incredible things coming to the area. There's already a Publix planned. There's a K-8 school going to be built in this neighborhood just out of the community. It's not a community amenity, but it's located near the community. There's a surf/water park coming to the area. So this is prime time to buy into this neighborhood. Plus, the pricing in here is unbelievable. So you're located right off of Wesley Chapel, and then you also have easy access to 275, I-75. You're right off of Morris Bridge Road, and you are really close to the Tampa area. So if you travel, if you need to go to downtown, if you need to go to the airport, you're probably about a 35-minute drive away. And if you want to go to the beach, it's maybe at about an hour away, depending on the beach that you go to. But honestly, with so many incredible amenities, you really won't even need to go to the beach because there's so much this community has to offer. All right, so let's talk about Two Rivers itself and everything it has to offer. This is a really cool concept, and the developer basically has developed this neighborhood, and it's going to span all across Pasco County as well as parts of Hillsborough County into the new Tampa Flatwoods area. So this is a project that's not going to be built overnight. It's going to be a multi-year long project. And the way the neighborhood is organized, it's actually organized into little villages. And so each builder belongs to a specific village. And as of right now, July 2025, there's over 10 builders in this community. And this builder, MI Homes, is actually located in the Short Grass little village. If you want a gated section, there's gated sections, gated villages. There's so much this community has to offer, and specifically for Short Grass at Two Rivers here with MI Homes, you have access to the landing. And I know it's hard to envision because the landing is not completed yet. They literally just broke ground on it, but I'll throw up some renderings here on the video about what it's planned to look like. But the landing is essentially like your country club amenity. So in this section of Two Rivers, of course, you're going to have an HOA, and you're going to have a CDD fee, and we'll get into those in a minute. But then if you're buying in this section, you also have a club fee, which is the landing. Now, if you buy in a different section of Two Rivers, you don't necessarily have to buy into the landing. And check out some of my other videos linked at the end of the playlist here at the end of the video, and I talk about some of the other sections within Two Rivers that don't require you to buy into the landing. But Short Grass at Two Rivers is part of the landing, and so the landing club membership fee right now, because it's not finalized, is $35 paid monthly. So you'll pay that upon closing, but then once the club actually opens, which is projected to be sometime next year in 2026, that club fee or club due will be $250 a month. Now, this club includes premier swimming facilities with 6-lane lap pools, a resort style pool with a slider tower. If you have kids, this is perfect for them. Racket sports facilities with tennis courts, 8 pickleball courts, tennis, pickleball clinics, and lessons available. There's also an expansive wellness center with strength training machines, cardio machines, free weights, group exercises, a yoga lawn. What I am most excited about is like the group classes available, and getting on a Peloton or like an electric bike or a bike thing. There's playground and lawn spaces. There are over 9 playgrounds at Two Rivers. And if you have a toddler or a little one, trust me, you're always trying to figure out how to keep these little ones entertained. You literally will have 0 issues because there are more playgrounds than there are days of the week in this community. So you could literally tour all of them and pick your favorite one and go there with your little one. There's outdoor event lawns and member exclusive events. And then there's also a restaurant and dining and retail spaces that are planned for all of this area. So believe me when I say this developer has a high-end luxury plan for this community. They're not skimping on any detail, and the landing is for sure the reflection of that. Plus, you have the golf course coming soon to the community, and it's being built by a world-renowned European golf course designer. Then you have schools nearby in the area, and of course all of the shopping and dining like we mentioned earlier on of what's available in the Wesley Chapel area. And of course, because this is a more recent development, that just propels and opens the opportunity for so much more commercial development in the area, which right now may not be necessarily advertised, but it may already be in projections for permitting and things like that. So all of this area is going to be growing exponentially. And believe me when I tell you, now is the time where you're going to want to invest into this neighborhood. So let's just get the fees out of the way real quick. And of course, this is as of today. Any of these fees are always subject to change, but this is so that you have a better idea of what to expect in terms of, you know, monthly expenses to belong to this neighborhood. So the Master HOA Association is paid quarterly, and it's just shy of $213 paid quarterly, and that includes the ultra-fi internet. And then in Shortgrass, which is the little village here in Two Rivers, there's a sub-association fee of $120, and that includes the architectural review of the community, enforcement of all of the governing documents, and just making sure that everybody's home looks up to snuff. And it really helps maintain the value of the home post-closing to belong to an HOA. Plus, they also manage all of the operating expenses and things like that. And then with this builder, depending on the size of the home site that you're purchasing, you're going to have CDDs ranging anywhere between $1,900 to $2,500 that are, of course, paid at the time of paying your property taxes. So honestly, even a $1,900 CDD fee for a 50-foot home site is really great, considering all of the things that are being built in this community. So if you're doing a quick move-in option, again, they start right around $575,000 on up, and they have so many different incentives right now. Some of these homes are marked down up to $100,000 in discounts, which is absolutely insane. And on top of that, if you utilize their in-house preferred lender, you can have all of your closing costs covered, or up to 6% of the total purchase price of the home goes towards closing concessions. So that's incredible. And if you're doing a to-be-built product where you're choosing the home site, the floor plan, and then you're going in and designing the entire home, they're giving up to $40,000 in flex cash that you can utilize to, you know, do design center upgrades or to put towards the total price of the home. And they're also offering that same incentive where they're covering your closing costs, or up to 6% of the total purchase price if you're utilizing their in-house lender. So these are some incredible deals, and I've seen how this builder really does offer some incredible promotions and incentives. So reach out to my team if you want all of the insider info. You know, sometimes we have first dibs on other home sites or floor plans that are being released. So you always want to stay connected so that you find out, you know, exactly what's up and coming. And then of course they have different series and collections. I'm just gonna hit on specifically the 60-foot home site that this particular Sonoma can be built on. As of right now, today's pricing, that would be right around $647,000 base price, plus then you would add on the cost of the home site and any of the structural changes or design center upgrades. We like to estimate ballpark anywhere between 10% or so of that, so maybe another $60,000 or more. Of course, if you want to go all out, you're going to expect to pay a little bit more for that, but you could be probably all in right around $700,000 or so for the Sonoma 2. And again, that's a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom home with a flex space, a game room, and a 4-car tandem garage, with the living room area starting at 3,500 square feet, all in for $700,000. That's pretty incredible. They also have some really neat floor plans. They have a Corina 3A. That's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 3-car garage, base price of $565,000. And again, depending on the size of the home site, the base prices of the homes or the floor plans they can build on there change. So those base prices are going to change. If you're building on the larger 65-foot home site, for like their top of the line premier, I mean, like that particular model home won the Tampa Bay Parade of Homes award because it's such a neat floor plan. That base price is around $838,000, but really realistically all in, you're probably looking closer to like 1.1 or 1.2 to be all in on that floor plan. That's a 6-bedroom, 4.5 bath, game and media room with a 3-car tandem garage, base price $838,000, or the Grand Shore 2A, all in at base price of $739,000. So as you can see, they have some pretty extensive pricing all across the board, right around $500,000 all the way up into the $1 million range. And really, this is a semi-custom luxury builder, and you will definitely see that with all of their finishes and upgrades, and they build an incredible product and they just have beautiful homes. Comment below if you want me to do a walkthrough of the floor plan that they have that won the Tampa Bay Builders Association Parade of Homes Award. That's an incredible floor plan. So comment below if you want me to highlight that floor plan. Thanks again for watching today's video, for tuning in, and I love connecting with you guys. I love getting your calls, texts, and emails to really help guide you through building your dream home here in the Tampa area. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in next week's video, and I've left a video linked here at the end of today's video that I think you'll really enjoy in the meantime. See you soon.